Robert freaking Kennedy Jr., born November 20th, 1925. Kennedy family was big. RFK was considered the runt of the litter. This was when the Kennedys weren't an established political family yet. He grew up in a solidly middle-class household. His dad got super rich. He went into politics. After RFK's dad goes into politics, he is right in the middle of primary school age. He doesn't really do much in his schooling career. Gets a job and he's like, man, this kind of sucks. So he does the male equivalent of being a stripper and goes into the Navy. One of his brothers gets killed in action. He doesn't really stick around. He then redeemed their GI Bill, go to college. He goes for law, goes to University of Virginia, worked for a stint in a newspaper. He's basically already saying that this should be the thing. He's going to be really into social activism. He's a big civil rights guy. He goes into the Senate. He works with McCarthy during the second Red Scare and that gets him politically assassinated, but he manages to stay out of trouble, and he's on a bunch of different Senate committees, and he also helps his brother a lot during his presidential campaign, and he's also a back channel for the Soviets in the Cuban Missile Crisis. He effectively helps John survive the Cuban Missile Crisis. He then is appointed by his brother as the Attorney General. He'll serve his time after his brother leaves the scene. LBJ comes in, serves his time as Attorney General, and when LBJ re-wins the election, before LBJ wins, Robert says, hey, can I be your VP? Lyndon B. Johnson, he just completely bullies Robert out of getting the vice presidential gig. So he appears before the DNC. He has this great big standing ovation before he's forced to not be considered, and LBJ gets a ton of backlash for this. He's also a super big union buster. He goes to Berlin, he goes to Cuba. So instead of becoming the vice president, he becomes a senator. He advocates for gun control, civil rights. He works under LBJ's Great Society. He's just a smaller JFK. He then runs for president. He's doing really well. For a lot of people, this is a bad thing. RFK doing well is probably just another JFK, and he does so well because he runs on JFK's platform, and it seems like LBJ kind of put it on the back burner, kind of just finished it for the sake of JFK. When he's getting the results of the California primary, he gives this 8-minute speech basically saying, wow, we're gonna make it all the way to Washington. He takes a route that his bodyguard doesn't want him to. Some guy comes out of the crowd, he's like a pro-Palestinian activist, and kills him. There are a bunch of theories, like there's the woman in the polka dot dress, there's the classic, oh, the CIA did it, there's the two gunmen's theory in like various different forms where like there was a security guard, there's also hypnosis involved. Dion Sion, he's still like in custody today. He manages to hit Kennedy 3 times and he wounds 5 other people, and he's like, I did this for the constant liberation of Palestine. Kennedy was ferried over to a hospital, but it was like completely pointless because he was basically dead at the scene. They had his funeral